their laws. Their laws shouldn't govern us. That's what I feel. I mean, I may be a dreamer. I may be talking far-fetched 50 or 60 years into the future, or 100 years, but when are we going to wake up and see that we can't keep going before these same system, this same renegade, this same Leviathan, this same machine that was against us from day one and still against us and still turning against us? Well, I mean, I would like to see if this peace thing that you're talking about, could it kind of help us out in a sense to where if somebody get killed, we can go and talk or be the judge, jury, and executor. That's what I want to see. But we're about to, you know, I mean, I see a lot of the good things that George Jackson did in his beliefs. He was with, he studied Marx and Lenin. What's it called? Marx and Lenin and Ming. What was the Chinese brother? Ming Qing. I can't remember. Yeah, Mao Zedong, Ming Qing Ming. This and Ho Chi Minh. And he also was saying that if we could, we would be good communists if we could have somebody to come on the outside and help us, you know. Yes, and also he felt that we should pick up and fight, like when his brother Jonathan Jackson was killed on that day, and how he just went in to save his brother, to get him out of the clutches at the belly of the beast. And I mean, I'm looking at these brothers, and I mean, it's just, I just can't believe it that these kind of people were amongst us, and they stood and they were so brave, you know, and that they fought for our cause. Can anybody talk about the cause? I mean, where can we go from here?
Well, I like to say this before I turn it over to the NIMFU. What we're dealing with is the powers that be. We're dealing with the genocide. I mean, goes all the way back to coming over here from Africa, you know, come over here. I'm going to quote again, once again, I'm going to quote, we didn't come over here on the Mayflower. We came over here as slaves, you know, through bartered slavery. In the 60s, during the Civil Rights Movement, they killed all of our leaders, all of our role models from the beginning. The Black Panthers, Ron Karenga and the US organizations, they had a movement going together, but this genocide, the powers that be, they got together and, you know.
So, okay, so was George Jackson, was he a Panther also?
Well, George Jackson during that time was a street thug during that time when he got busted. Matter of fact, George Jackson wasn't busted he went to the pen, he started off doing one to Wonder Life.
Exactly.
Wonder Life.
We're going to roll in a little bit from the documentary, so we can watch over here, of George Jackson, the documentary of George Jackson. Yeah. Oh boy.
In spite of all, I am human and have done things that require forgiveness from others. I have transgressed against my fellows in moments of weakness and madness. I hope I can make it. George Jackson.
In the fall of 1970, George Jackson skyrocketed to international fame with the publication of his book, Soledad Brother, The Prison Letters of George Jackson. By the next year, he was dead.
George Jackson served a life sentence, which turned out to be a death sentence, for a $70 robbery.
The story of George Jackson is a story of the dark side of America. In August of 1971, when Jackson was a 29-year-old inmate at California's San Quentin prison, he became the central figure in the prison's bloodiest day. Jackson obtained a gun, and in less than 30 minutes, a murderous rampage turned the Adjustment Center into a slaughterhouse.
I want to know, what is the dark side of America? Is it, I mean, when they say the dark side, is it us? Are we America's dirty little secret? Can you talk about that, Hanifu?
Well, when you look at America, you see it was based on imperialism, white supremacy, and the yet evolving capitalism. Capitalism based on greed. White supremacy and racism based on the greediness of a few, like organized selfishness of some sort. So the dark side of America would have to be us, in a sense that everything